Hello my friends, Happy New Year! Welcome back to Make It Monday with Bob's Red Mill. My name is Matt Weinstein, aka Glass of Weinstein, and I'm so excited to share this recipe with you. We're kicking the new year off with my buffalo chicken mac and cheese. This one is a favorite when all my friends come over, so grab a glass of Weinstein and let's get cooking. I'm gonna get my water boiling, and I've got my Dutch oven, Baby Blue, over here preheating. I've got some boneless, skinless chicken breast that I've already sort of sliced a little bit thinner so it cooks a little bit more evenly. I'm gonna give this a little drizzle of some avocado oil, and then hit it up with some spices. Nice and simple, we're gonna do some kosher salt. Let's get some black pepper on here. And then I've got just some garlic and onion powder. Nice and simple, nothing too crazy and complex. We'll just give it a nice foundation of flavor so when we incorporate everything later, everything has flavor on every layer. Give a little massagey, and then we'll do the other side. Go wash your hands. Baby Blue is nice and preheated. I've got some avocado oil in here. And we are just gonna get a nice sear on our chicken. I've let it come to room temperature. That's a great tip. That way everything cooks nice and evenly and you get a good sear. So get that into your pan, whatever pan you want. And we're just gonna cook our chicken all the way through. 2 to 3 to 4 minutes on each side. Just depends on how hot your stovetop gets. We'll let that do its thing and we'll flip it in a few minutes. Flipping time. Nice color. Beautiful. And we'll let them cook on the other side for a few more minutes. I pulled my chicken breasts out. We're gonna let these rest for a few minutes before we cut them into smaller pieces. This is gonna be a one pot wonder, just minus the pot for our pasta. Into the skillet where we've got all those chicken juices and those spices that have rendered down, we are going to add 4 tablespoons of butter, or quarter cup, and get those melted down. Smells so good already. And we're gonna get a little whiskey whisk, just to help move them around, try and scrape off some of the bits and pieces from the bottom. I think it's gonna add some nice extra flavor to our macaroni. All right. And then, of course, we've got our Bob's Red Mill gluten-free all-purpose flour. And we are going to add equal parts of flour to our butter, making a roux that's a thickening agent. So 4 tablespoons is equal to 1/4 cup. Measure it out. Thank you for your service. And just get that right into your melted butter in the pan. And whisk until combined. It's gonna get nice and aromatic. It's gonna pull the pieces off from the bottom. And we're gonna let this brown for just a minute or two until it gets nice and thick. Our roux is all made. You want to be cautious when you're whisking it. Make sure there's no lumps left until it's just nice and beautiful. Got nicely brown too. I've got 1 quart of milk. You can use whole. I'm using 2%, whatever milk you like. This has been sitting on my counter for about an hour. You want to make sure your milk is at least room temperature, if not already pre-warmed up, and you can do that on your stove if you'd like. And we are going to slowly add our milk in, and it's going to immediately thicken up. We are making a bechamel. This is the root and foundation for our cream sauce for our macaroni. The roux that we made with our Bob's Red Mill flour and our butter is our thickening agent. So as you combine your milk in, it is going to thicken on up. A roux is how you make your Thanksgiving gravy, how you make a bechamel sauce. You can use this foundation to make any kind of cream sauce or cheesy sauce that you like. It's a pretty big staple in my kitchen. And just make sure you're whisking and combining everything together. It's gonna thin out a little bit. It will be delicious. While we finish up our cream sauce, I'm gonna get my oven preheated to 400 degrees. We're gonna let this thicken and tighten up a little bit, moderating over a medium heat. And then we'll get cheesy. All right, our bechamel is beautifully thickened. I like to turn my heat off before I add the cheese. That way nothing scorches or burns accidentally. I've got 3 different kinds of cheese already pre-shredded. I've got extra sharp cheddar, Monterey Jack, and Gouda. 3 of those are just gonna be so velvety, and I think the smokiness of the Gouda will complement our buffalo sauce as well. We're gonna get our cheese in here, saving some for the top so we can broil it and get it nice and gooey and a little bit crunchy on the top. And it's 8 ounces of each kind of cheese. And then with our cream sauce nice and hot, just whisk the cheese right on in. Beautiful. Time to cook our pasta. Get it into your boiling water. Hit it with some kosher salt. Give it a little stir. And whatever the cooking instructions are on your pasta, I guess our oven's preheated, do about 3 to 4 minutes less than that, because we're gonna finish baking this in the oven. We don't want our pasta fully cooked before we finish cooking it. So let that cook for about maybe 3 to 4 minutes. Into our bechamel, our creamy sauce. I've got my chicken that I let rest, and I've cut it into smaller bits. We're gonna get that right into here. Everybody in. And now, we're gonna add our buffalo sauce. You can add as much or as little as you like. This is gonna give it great flavor and great color too. Get a little friend to help incorporate everything together. And I like to make sure that I'm adding my buffalo sauce at the very end. Some of them tend to have vinegar in them, and if you add it too early, the vinegar is gonna break down and curdle your cream sauce. So make sure you're doing your buffalo sauce at the very end. Another trick, if you don't wanna have to pre-cook chicken, if you've got a rotisserie chicken that you've shredded, you can just throw that chicken right in here. However you wanna prep this for yourself or for your family or your friends. If you get a rotisserie chicken at the Costco, shred it up, throw it in here. Nice and easy. And just make sure everything gets nicely incorporated, and we'll hope that nothing overflows in a little bit. Look at that. Our pasta is ready to drain. I'm gonna go give myself a little facial. Our pasta is drained. We are going to add it right in. If you need to do it in steps, just to make sure everything gets incorporated in, you can do that. I think I might be good to go just to get everybody in here. And just try not to make a mess. If you know me, you know I tend to get things all over my kitchen. Just fold and incorporate everything together into that spicy, cheesy sauce. And before we finish, our reserved cheese is gonna go all over the top. Safety first. Our oven is preheated to 400. We're gonna carefully get our beautiful pan on in there. And we'll see you in 15 to 20 minutes. Safety first. We've been baking for about 17 to 18 minutes or so. Hello, gorgeous. It is heavy. And it smells heavenly. I've dressed it up with some freshly cut scallions and a little bit of a drizzle of that buffalo sauce on top. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be a hug in a bowl. Look at all of that cheesy goodness. That cheese right on the top. Holy moly. Where's the fork? burn my mouth off. Oh, God, it's so good. Cheesy, spicy, a little bit tangy even. Oh, and hot. Thank you so much, my friends, for joining me for Make It Monday. Once again, I'm Matt Weinstein, aka Glass of Weinstein. You can follow me here for more recipes on Instagram and TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and my website, glassofweinstein.com. This is going to be such a crowd pleaser. I can't wait for you to try it. Cheers, my friends.